Okay, hi, good morning. I thought I'll just quickly swing it around so I can see you. First video in quite a while. There's Maisie at the window. Ben and Min have just arrived. So I'm just gonna place this where I think you can see the flowers and the paper. I just picked up a bit of paper. It's got like mud on it and everything. Sometimes it's actually quite good to just start with a piece that's not at all precious. And that's what I'm doing, especially having had a little break, having had a little break from this, it feels like I could get all critical about it. So what I've got here, I'm just looking really at the yellow flowers there, so I could start, couldn't I, by doing that and just get something down. I don't know where to put the I don't have kitchen paper or anything, so I'm just using a bit of paper to spread the shape of the flowers out. I want them to occupy the space mostly. At least it seems to be what I want, because that's what I'm doing. I hadn't really thought I'd do that. Okay, now there's Maisie. Maisie, go away, go away. You can't actually see her, but she's right beside me to the left there. There she is. Anyway, right. So I know this is ink. This is blue turquoise ink. I'm just going to do that. A bit of paper, a bit of water. Oh. Yeah. So it felt good today. I got up and kind of just got on with things. Whether I wanted to or not, I just thought, just wanted to get on with things. So, the way sometimes you kind of pander around in the bedroom. Yesterday I stayed in bed for ages because I woke up in a bit of a funky kind of a state. And I had a really nice dream and everything, but there was just something that made me linger over, the way I suppose really in the end what it was my mind just started taking over things. I wish I had moved the candle and the stone from in front of the jug there, because I quite like the red against the jug. But I think because I know the red is there, I can just do it. No, my inclination might have been to do that with paint, the red, but actually, yeah, that's what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to use paint, if I can find it, or ink. I suppose I could use, I want bright ink though, and I've got just looking at the collage materials here as well, and the old wrapper from the amaretti biscuits that I had. And there's the orange, but that tabletop isn't orange. The tabletop to me looks more pink. What do I want to do now? I think I'm going to use... I say that so I know what I'm going to do, as though I've suddenly come to a realisation, and I haven't yet. Anyway, I was looking at the fluorescent. These fluorescent inks that I bought, they're really bright, and they might do the trick there. But I really want the cadmium or the crimson red first. Sorry for all the noise now. The crimson red paint, which I saw earlier. It's not in that bag. Crimson red acrylic paint. Aha. Here it is. You'd be glad to know. Right. I think I'll just use this first. Crimson in this, the crimson in the Galleria there is quite like cadmium red to me. So I'm going to forget about the candle and everything that's all around the place there, and I'm just going to find the base of the jug with the red. It's lovely using so much paint actually, and it means that this is going to be, I feel like I better not say it, because whenever I say this is going to be a swift video, then I take forever. So but I do need to take Erin to work for 12, so I'm not going to be, and I want to have my porridge first, so I'm not going to be lingering for ages over this one. But using a lot of paint means that I don't know, there's just something kind of it makes you move a bit more quickly I'm not going to waste this red now. I'm going to paint it onto another sheet. Maybe ready for tomorrow's. How about that? I'm setting myself up, isn't that good? Planning already tomorrow. So we've got a lovely group of women, actually, all women, in the watercolour portraiture online course and the flower painting online course. And I wanted to do at least one video this week on flowers, because I have done watercolour recently, and I wanted to do something for the flower painting group, especially the first week, because I feel like it's quite a critical thing. You could start to feel really like it's all very important what you do, and actually what I want to bring in here is the idea that you can just just do it. So yeah, and just gather your materials around you and make a start on something, even if it is a piece of paper with a paw print on it that you're beginning with, maybe, especially if that's what it is. No, I was going to use some collage. See, I like the ink being drippy, but it means that I can't actually bring the edges up to meet it yet. So maybe what I could do is go back into the shaping of the flowers, and then the paint on the tabletop might dry a little bit, and I might use some, and I might then use some I've got everything around me here. The paint on the tabletop might dry a bit, and then I might put in something like, a bright fluorescent orange into the bits where the light is falling on the tabletop. So for the background behind these yellow flowers, I think I'll start with a grey in order to explain the edge of the flower. So I'm bringing up the background to meet the edge and just looking at the general gaps in the flower, the space where the petals stop, and you can see the space around. So just to get a feel for these, they're daisy-like flowers. Okay, so in some of the background there's actually another vase of flowers behind, so it's not all going to be grey. A little bit on this side is grey as well. That's Erin getting ready for work. She's having her breakfast. Okay, so that's the background. And Maisie's in there, of course, hoping a crumb might fall down on the ground and she could eat it. No. So that's the background here and here. And then in the middle, the background is a darker, deeper red, browny red colour. That's how I'm seeing it. But in here, it's lovely and bright. So I'm going to use a red that's a bit brighter to describe the bit where the handle stops and the flowers start there. It's probably even brighter than that. No, but it'll do. And then where the handle stops and the space in between begins. So just to find the shape of the handle with the red coming up to meet it. There's a bit of red here too that's quite bright. I mean, my proportions aren't exactly bang on, but I wanted the flowers to be dominant, so I made them probably a bigger shape. And that red could also just occupy the space down there, maybe. And I think it's actually quite a good colour too for in between. Let's just see how it goes. I can always make it a bit darker. There's a shape in between the flowers. So this is oil pastel that I'm using, and the paint is really wet still, so I'm having to clean the paint off the oil pastel and go back in with it, and maybe get a clean piece of the same colour or a similar colour here. So I'm trying to outline the flowers with the red. I could probably scoop up some of that paint first and then put on the oil pastel. It's quite satisfying though, pushing the paint around the viscous kind of thing. And might be time now to inject a touch of that brighter ink. Yeah, Maisie's ready for a wonder. Not yet, Maisie. Maybe I'll draw around the daisies a little bit too with this ink, because at the top there's green leaves coming down to meet the daisies, and there's a lovely sharpness to that edge that I quite like. Oh, there's blue dripping off this. I could spread that out. It could be the leaves a little bit maybe. Oh, today's Valentine's Day, isn't it? Those of you who celebrate it, happy Valentine's Day. I just heard it on whoever is listening to on YouTube. Maybe just use the paintbrush. It's got a bit of turquoise in it still, but I'll just use that to bring that in. Oh, amazing. Erin, can you turn that down a wee bit? Thanks. I'm doing a video, Lily. I'm doing a video. What? Lily's calling me. What? Can you tell Lily I'm doing a video, Erin? Where is she? She's calling me from upstairs. It's all happening this morning. I'm doing a video in the living room. Darken that again now to explain the edge of that again a bit better. And maybe if it were to dry I could do that a bit more. Yeah, and I'm going to use the blue ink here too. Actually, I want to use something really bright yellow there, because it's the flowers are extending up. So I could draw with the really bright, although this is more a fluorescent yellow than I think it's probably more cadmium yellow I need to use for those flowers, but at least it's bright and it's a yellow. Yeah, I might find a better yellow colour, I'd say. Yeah, this one's better. Oh, there's actually some left in it. Bonus. Okay, I don't want that mixing now with that blue ink, because I want to keep the flowers really bright. Oh, here's midnight coming in. Maisie, leave her alone, Maisie. Leave her alone. Okay, I'm almost done, I think. Leave her alone. Oh, good. Well done. She didn't chase her. What do I want to do next here now, I wonder? Yes, I think I want to put some sort of a handle on that jug, just to give it some bit of a structure in the handle area. And to explain where there's a petal overlapping the handle, and there's petals that are hidden behind it. So that's what I'm doing there. And this is more grey than blue, really, where it comes down in here. It's in the shadow a little bit more. And the rim of the jug could be that colour as well. I don't know. Yeah, sorry about that, cheekers. I don't think you've been able to see it all, have you? That's what's happening there, and that's what I'm looking at. Gosh, it looks like there's been a shine on the thing the whole time. Maybe need to put a little note under the video that you can't see very much for a while. But at least I've done a video. I've broken the back of it, made a start again, and hopefully now I'll be seeing you more regularly. Because as I've said before, I know that it's good practice for me to do this. And I've got a friend Rose in Norway who's helping me to kind of categorize the videos and things like that. She's putting descriptions under them, and she's doing that job, because I found that it was preventing me from doing a video if I felt like I had to write a description after uploading it, and it just seemed like too many things having to be done at the one time. Didn't want that to be yellow there now. I'm going to bring some I think I'll just use some chalk pastel because I love the chalks for the blue. Yeah, maybe this one. It's beside the red ink now, so it's not going to be so bright. This is what it should look like. Gosh, it's a bit... that one isn't very satisfying. I'm going to use a different... it's a brighter blue. Try and stem the flow of the ink with the chalk. And the base of the jug then I think will be darker. Do you know, I think that Lily didn't sleep at all, not last night but the night before. I don't think she slept at all. She said she did, but I don't think she did. I think she was wanting to try and get back into a pattern of sleeping more in a normal way, so I think what she did was she stayed up all night so she could go to bed early yesterday. So she did go to bed very early, and that's her just waking up now, so hopefully, I mean it's around 11, so it means that she's still kind of quite late getting up really. Right, I wanted to bring in some brightness there, didn't I? Don't know if it's that orange colour I need for the light on the tabletop. I wanted to bring in something bright, and I think it might be a fluorescent pinky orange that I want to use there. And that's the colour I'm after. Maisie, stop it. So you can hear the cat now. She's going to get a scratch on her nose. I've got a couple of Zoom meetings today now to see what everybody's done this week and to have a look at, and just to have a chat about how it's going for them. You know, the online classes. Sunday is the day full of all of that stuff. And then on Monday I send out the information for the next week. So I'm sending every good wish now to anyone on the flower painting course. This is for you. I suppose I could do something of the leaves that are coming down there as well. Maisie, stop it. And maybe this is more burnt sienna dark. Just bring that down to the top of the jug, because it wanted to sit back a little bit between the flowers. What's happening there is there's a reddish jug, but I want it to be in shadow. It is in shadow. I want it to read as though it's in shadow in my picture. It just feels good getting messy and using materials that are using a variety of materials. Actually, that feels good, and there's a certain kind of softness comes into the belly as I'm working with these things, and I just feel not precious or pressurized into doing a masterpiece or anything. It just feels like I'm engaging something playful that has been a long time ready to play. And so this past year particularly, it feels as though I've given that part of me permission to come out and really just fully live. That's all. So thank you for being part of that here. I feel like that's what the videos have done for me, actually. It's just to have a place for play. I think I might bring some of that darker colour up there as well. And there's a significant mess here to tidy up before I go out with Maisie. I'm going to put some green in there for the bottom of the Oh, that was black I was holding on to. But it's okay because I think it did need to be quite dark there. You know the bit where the flower meets the stem? I was kind of ignoring all of that. So there's that one. And there's where the flower meets the stem here. And it's kind of exciting, isn't it? Having a big blob of that yellow. I could use that if it was dry enough. Not to be great, but even with it not being dry, I might stick it on for a petal somewhere. Where would I like that to go? I think here. And when it's in relief, it'll stand out as though it's brighter too. There we are. I might do a few more of them if I thought of it. Or after, when it's dried a little bit. I've also actually got yellow paper here. Because sometimes the thing of putting down my fingers are just too dirty though to keep the yellow clean. But the thing of actually putting down some paper itself makes it read as though the thing is standing out more in the light, because it physically is standing out more. And here's Lily. I am still doing a video, Lily. Right, what else now will I do? I think I want to bring some brighter petal in there. Not sure if I've messed up that bit. Just to put the paint in different directions again there. Okay, another. Lily, I'm doing a video.
That was a nice burp.
Stop it. Seriously? Yes, but I'm just almost done.
Thanks. Get
No.
this stuff and get it out.
You have to hang on. It's like the final move. I thought I would do a watercolour.
What is that supposed to be called?
Sap green.
On my side, it's supposed to be.
This is my first video in ages and I'm not deleting it. So I'm going to put on some, what's it supposed to be? Isn't it obvious? I'm putting on some watercolour paint in order just to have something to fill in the spaces on the side.
What's the time?
I don't know, it's about 11 I'd say.
Really?
Why?
I was not up at 10 then.
You wanted to get up at 10?
No, I must have got up at 10 then. Like,
Oh, good. That's a good time. Right. A bit of red paint here too to show where the shadow might be in front of the. This is just watercolor paint now I'm using. And sorry, now just find that. What?
25 minutes.
Yeah. Why doesn't it look?
What's the watch on?
I'm just going to say goodbye now. Do you want to hold it and hold it up so that I can say goodbye?
Oh, do I?
Right. Here's all the stuff. It's a big mess around me, and that's the painting. I think you can see it there.
No.
Can you not? Can you see it now?
No.
I'll stop it, Lily.
Yeah.
Right, that's the painting,
That's good.
and that was what I was looking at up there. And thanks for watching. Sorry. What?
Thanks for watching.
Lily's not so happy with my process here. All right, see you tomorrow. Bye.